This is Wemby's time. It's his third season. So the Knicks have a better story, and I think the Knicks have a better bench. An older team, deeper team. Hey, what's going on? Welcome to the Sam Rigaud podcast. My name is Sam Rigaud. If you're new here, an algorithm has brought you to my channel. Go ahead and subscribe, turn your notification bell on, and like this video. A lot of interesting stuff going on. We are in the NBA Finals, and we will go and give a recap after every game of the finals this year. I think we got a finals that we want. We got a finals that we want, unless you are a Cleveland Cavalier fan or you are an OKC fan. I think this is the finals that you wanted as a fan. We want to see Wemby in this moment. We want to see Brunson in this moment. I think we are tired of seeing Shai and the whole drama that comes with the foul baiting and all this stuff. I think I'm done. I got tired of it. You know, every game, every moment began starting to just be him foul baiting, him foul doing this. And he got the second MVP, props to him. But I think most of this stuff, we're just tired of it. I found this old clip of Chris Finch, the head coach of the Minnesota Timberwolves. This is 2 years ago after a playoff game against Shai. Y'all tell me what y'all think of this.
It's so frustrating to play this team because they foul a ton. You know, they really do. They foul all the time. And then, you can't really touch Shai. And it's a very frustrating thing, and it takes a lot of mental toughness to try to play through it.
That's Chris Finch. That's the head coach of the Minnesota Timberwolves. That's Ant-Man's coach. Y'all tell me what y'all think, because to me, that is kind of the thing going around the league. I think Shai's 2 MVPs, he earned them. And, but there's a lot of flopping going around, and it's softened the product, and it's the NBA that I fell in love with growing up. This ain't it. And Shai is the ringleader. He is the captain flopper. He is El Presidente of the floppe. That's Shai. Anyway, let's get out of that. Let's go to the final talk. It's gonna be a good series. This is a rematch of the 1999 NBA Finals after the lockout, where Jordan retired the second time, and I was just a little kid. I remember we just had a lockout, and it was interesting. It was interesting. It was very interesting, and that was the year that the Knicks mustered up whatever was left of Pat Ewing and some of the other guys, and they got to the finals, and they lost to the Spurs that year. The Spurs were loaded, led by Tim Duncan. I want to say I was 7 years old when that happened. When I watched it. I remember watching basketball, though. I remember watching that finals, confused about Jordan not playing, and then thinking, okay, this is about to be like a fake year. Why is there only half a season? XYZ, I didn't know, but I was happy when it came back, and then I got to watch this finals. Now, the Spurs are back after completing one of the fastest rebuilds I think we've ever seen. When you get that much talent, the Spurs are talented. They got a lot of top 5 picks, or at least, Wemby, Stephon Castle, Dylan Harper. They are a loaded team. And that rebuild happened fast. Something that I wish, a lot of other teams wish they could have a rebuild that fast. And a lot of teams wish they had top picks when top players came out, because that's the issue. You look at a team like the Hawks, you get the top pick, you get Risa Shai. You look at the Wizards, you got one of the top picks, and you get Alexander Sarr. No disrespect to any of those guys, but they're not Wemby, they're not Dylan Harper, they're not Stephon Castle. The Spurs got extremely lucky and got a rebuild when there was a lot of talent out there. Now, the teams played twice this year, and they split. And they both were in cup games, NBA Cup matchup. So hey, it is what it is. I think the number one thing I've noticed from these playoffs is I have grown a deep love for Victor Wembanyama. Victor Wembanyama is a player that we want other players to be with. He doesn't have friends around the league. He doesn't train with other players. He wants to win. He takes this stuff personal. You look at the beginning of the series against OKC. He wanted the MVP. So when they gave Shai the MVP, there's that iconic picture of him sitting in the corner looking and being extremely jealous. I like that. I like when Wemby takes it serious. I like when players take it serious. You guys get paid a lot. You are admired by everybody. We were wearing other men's jerseys, y'all. I have jerseys of other men. So the least you can do is take this serious. Be competitive. I pay a lot of money to go see you play. Take it serious. Right? I spend a lot of time watching. Right? We spend a lot of time watching you play. You know, I could be spending that time with doing other things. So when I watch you, take it serious. And I think Wemby is one of the players that takes it serious. I'm getting chills now because I'm thinking about that All-Star game. That the All-Star game sucked. Silver ruined it. The players getting paid so much ruined it. But this year it was pretty good because Wemby took it serious. So we have to, we're drawn to Wemby. I personally am drawn because I don't think it's just a cheat code. Although I think, dear Lord, I think we can stop. We don't need any more players like him in the league because this is just different. Like, God, you did it. You created somebody 7'3" that can dribble, that can shoot, that can defend, that can protect the rim. Like, I get it, Lord. Lord, you did it. I appreciate it. Like, we didn't think we'd see it. He's taller than Durant. He's like, I get it. Like, Lord, you did it. And I appreciate that. Amen. Right? Thank you. We don't need to see more players like this. But I do like the drive that Wemby has. Wemby looks like he takes this serious. And I listened to an interview from Dylan Harper who says, sometimes we got to calm Wemby down because he's going 1,000 miles an hour. That boy wants it. When he won the Western Conference Championship, you can see he wants that. It's not, I don't like the nonchalantness in this anymore. I like when the players go really hard and they take it really serious. Wemby takes it serious. He really wanted to beat Shai, and he hates Chet Holmgren. And boy, this isn't an OKC slander fest, but Holmgren had one of the worst performances I've seen in a Game 7. He looked like his name was Chet Harden. Like, that was bad. It was bad. Anyways, Wemby to me is a cheat code. He's a cheat code. He averaged 27, 11, and 3 rebounds, in those games in the Western Conference Finals against OKC, the number 1 seed. Like, he is a cheat code. And the fact that we get to watch him is going to be amazing. And I believe he's going to step up. I believe he's going to do his big one. And I think I've grown in a love for the Spurs team in general because they're a bunch of young guys having fun. Stephon Castle don't want to play with you. He want to beat you and take your head off and flex on you. He do. Vassell, he's not a slouch. He wants to take it serious. Freaking Dylan Harper, he's the guy that's kind of fun on the team, right? He's like, but he's a dog. Look at the shot he hit in the Western Conference Game 7. Like, these guys are not your young average guys. They are hungry, and they want this moment. And I like it. And I think they have a good amount of veterans around it. Harrison Barnes, he's trying to, reclaim his name because of that that Golden State final that he wet the bed and couldn't hit a side of a barn. He's trying to fix his name. And then, Fox, well, I don't see him being on a team next year, but he's a good veteran. Luke Cornett, he's good. Like, they have it sprinkled in there enough. And I like it. I've grown a love for it. The Knicks are not a slouch. I think the Knicks are going to they're going to shock a lot of people in this series. The Knicks, we feel like we've had the Brunson thing. Brunson usually has gotten worn down in the playoffs when we get late in the playoffs. That's not happening. The Knicks have been dominating this year. And in these playoffs, they have dominated these playoffs. The biggest blowouts have come from the Knicks. The biggest blowouts have come from the Knicks. The Knicks have a unique mix of defense and clutch shot making. And when New York when they ratchet up the pressure, you see what happens. They embarrassed Cleveland in a nasty sweep. Nasty. New York embarrassed Philly. And Atlanta is what it is. So the Knicks look good. The Knicks, this is the best they've looked. And I like how they've been knocking on the door. Last year, if Halliburton didn't go crazy, and if they couldn't stop freaking T.J. McConnell, the Knicks were in the Eastern Conference Finals last year. The Knicks have been knocking on this door. They kept their team together. They added good people around them. They got rid of Tom Thibodeau. The Knicks are a whole different team, but you can tell they've been knocking on the door. And I want to give a lot of credit to somebody that I've bashed. I've always said Karl-Anthony Towns was just soft. And you know what has happened? In this playoff series, with a healthy Anunoby next to him for the most part, Karl-Anthony Towns has turned up. He has turned up. He's not scoring. All his scoring averages are down, but he is turning it up on defense. And he's not doing the stupid things that he normally does. Karl-Anthony Towns usually makes stupid mistakes. All those have been corrected. Josh Hart has heart. Mikal Bridges shooting great. Like, they're playing well across the board. Now, we don't know about Mitchell Robinson's injury. We don't know what that's going to be. But the Knicks look good, man. And at the end of the game, you can't tell me you don't trust Brunson. Brunson gets the Garden rocking. Hezzy. In and out, back. Hezzy, up and under. Initiate contact. Lefty. Like, Brunson is clutch. And I think he's going to have about 2 games where he comes up huge and is in the clutch. Now, I do think Brunson is going to have to be Superman. Because Brunson will get targeted. There is no one, do you hear me? No one that you can target on the San Antonio Spurs. You cannot target Castle, Vassell, Barnes, Champagny, Dylan Harper. Like, they roll out a great amount of guards who are both physical and they play up. That's the difference. They got the foot speed and they play up. They play bigger. Now, if you want to get De'Aaron Fox on a one-on-one, you can go at him. But I think his minutes aren't that big in this series, honestly. The Knicks, though, the reason I say Brunson has to be Superman is because Brunson will be targeted. San Antonio will target Brunson on the defensive end. He's going to have to move his feet and play solid defense. He doesn't have to be a stopper, but he cannot be a liability because late game, that's what they're doing. The other person I think the Knicks have to who really has to show up is OG Anunoby. Now, my guess, this is the preview of this game. We got a few days before it starts. I think Anunoby's going to be tasked to guard Wemby. I think Anunoby is long enough, physical enough, skilled enough to frustrate him. Now, the people who have done good against Wemby in the regular season, numbers-wise, who've held their own against Wemby, Bam Adebayo. I mean, he's probably the best defensive big we have. Anthony Davis has done well. He's one of the best defensive bigs we have. Evan Mobley has done fairly well, right? So Anunoby has a little bit of that in him. He has a little bit of that mold in him. So he should be one of the ones that is going to be tasked with that. Karl-Anthony Towns, he likes to get in foul trouble. So we don't know what that's going to be. I don't see him guarding him for long stretches. I don't. Now, OKC tried to be physical with Wemby. Wemby went out to the perimeter and shot a lot of shots. And the whole series turned into Wemby on the perimeter or Wemby on pick and roll from the top, hard crashes to the basket. And they couldn't stop it, dog. They couldn't stop it. Do I see him doing that against New York? Maybe not. I see Josh Hart playing really good defense. I see Mikal Bridges playing really good defense. I don't necessarily know if that'll be a strategy for them. But Brunson on offense is going to have to give us something like 30-8 for them to be for them to win this series. Now, if he does 30-8, 30 points, 8 assists, elite in-game shot making, the Garden's rocking, we don't see. On the Spurs, they're going to need a solid bench. I like the way they've been rotating their players. I really do. I like Dylan Harper coming in, I like it. I like Barnes. I really like the way they mix it. Those guys are going to have to play really well. They're going to have to play really well together. They're going to have to play and score. I think San Antonio got into some problems this year in that OKC series where they couldn't score. And you can't do that against the Knicks because the Knicks will choke you out, literally. Their defense has been amazing. We'll see. Now, the Knicks have the better story. And here's my prediction. The Knicks have the better story. The Knicks have a more impressive path to the finals margin-wise. The best players in the series, if we rank them, personally, to me, Wemby's the best player in this series. After Wemby, we have Brunson. The next player after that, to me, is Stephon Castle. And then after that, all the other Knicks players fall in. So they have a more balanced team because Anunoby's tough, Karl-Anthony Towns is clutch, and I think the Knicks have a better bench. So the Knicks have a better story, a deeper team, an older team, but I'm still going with San Antonio to win this in 6. I think Wemby will be Finals MVP. I think we're in a new era. I think this is Wemby's time. It's his 3rd season. He's figured out the game. He still has some more muscle to put on, but he's figured it out. This is Wemby's time. We're just watching. It's the alien. The guy is not only skilled, not only physically dominating and above, head and shoulders over everybody, he also has the factor that he wants it. He wants it. Wemby wants this, dog. He legitimately wants this. He wants this, and he wants his a name. You could tell he's playing for his legacy, and I think he knows he doesn't have that long of a career because we've never seen somebody of that size play that long, especially a perimeter player at 7 foot, dog. We ain't never seen that. So I think he takes advantage of this moment. And I think they choke the Knicks, man. I think the Spurs win it in 6, and the Finals MVP will be Victor Wembanyama. I think, this is where we're going to stop talking about Wemby potential. And we're going to start saying this is Wemby's league. We're all just living in it. We're all just watching it. I'm thankful that I spent all season watching OKC, Spurs, Detroit. I focused and I watched all these young teams, and we're seeing a young takeover in the finals. There's no Steph Curry in this finals. There's no Kevin Durant in this finals. There's no LeBron James in this final. There's no Joker in this final. There's none of that. There's none of that. It's a new league. There's never a Harden in the finals. That's just how it is. But it's a new league. And this young league is being led by Victor Wembanyama. This is his league, dog. I can't fight it. It kind of is what it is. So, my prediction, even though I think the Knicks have a better coach, too. I think the Knicks have a better coach. Knicks have more depth. Knicks have an impressive record in the finals. They have a better story. I still think San Antonio wins it in 6. Y'all let me know in the comments. Am I right? Am I wrong? What do you predict it will be? Do you think they will win? Do you think, am I wrong? Do you think Victor is too early? You know, sometimes you got to go through the bumps and then get your lumps. I don't think that's the case, but y'all let me know in the comments. What do y'all think? Am I underestimating the New York Knicks? Do they have a plan? They've rested longer. They didn't go to Game 7. What's it going to be? Y'all let me know in the comments. Stay tuned. Every finals game, we're breaking it down here. My name's Sam Rigaud. This is the Sam Rigaud podcast. God bless you.